Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Raiding Climb. Um, in the previous videos, in the previous video and the videos which I made of over the board games, I did mention that the movement of the pieces were quite slow. I think I figured that out. It seems that I might have had too many programs running at the same time. So I think it's solved. Let's see. We'll jump into today's games. Play three games. Won two, lost one, and I was kind of thinking that maybe the first, the game that I lost, that it might have been a cheater. So I did report him or her, because that person had, which doesn't really mean anything. It might have been just that he's been in a good on a good streak, but I think he won about, I don't know, 18 of his last 20 games, and they weren't all with a high accuracy, so that makes me also doubt a bit. But I thought, like, well, let's have chess.com figure it out. And to be fairly honest, he did play a tricky game, and I just messed up. So I'm not saying that I played good and lost. I played bad and I lost. Um, but well, when in doubt, I just report them and let chess.com figure it out. So here we go. First game of today. Um, I'm playing with the black pieces. So he brought out the standard stuff. Uh, so this is a nice trick, which might sometimes work, sometimes it doesn't. That if the opponent catches this knight, I recapture with my pawn, and if they take this pawn because it's not protected anymore, I bring out the queen, lining up in a battery with the bishop to this pawn for a checkmate. And then there's no way of defending it anymore. Well, there's a way. You have to bring out your queen here then to defend it, but then you lose the knight. The knight. As I mentioned in a different video, this seems to work on a level which I have which I have moved on, which I've outgrew or something, because it doesn't really seem to happen anymore. It did happen in the past with lower elo rated players, but not anymore. Castles, so that option is out of the game. So this pawn will soon be hanging. So I brought my bishop back, and game goes on. Oh, it's still slow again. How weird. I thought I figured it out. Okay, well. Yeah, I've been in this position many times, and I'm just not quite sure how to deal with this, because obviously he's got a rock solid center, and I'm about to get forked here. Um, I'm not sure how to deal with this. So I thought, like, well, get out of the way, but now I'm getting forked. So because I was afraid if I capture this, he's gonna pin me, and I wasn't quite sure how to deal with that. I could maybe unpin it and bring out the pawn. Anyway, I didn't, so I lost a piece and got into a really awkward position, and just trying to undouble my pawns. He's attacking me, bringing out the pieces, and at least I've got my pawns undoubled, but this gives him the opportunity to capture my rook, and it's even getting away worse. That's why I was considering this guy is just not real, because um, I thought I can pressure him with this move, maybe go for a checkmate. He took the knight, the rook. I threatened checkmate. He brought it back, and so I captured the bishop. I thought something weird was going on still, but that might have been a different game. Yeah, the last game I played today, I was really down in material, and I still won in a bit of an awkward way, I must admit, but we'll get to that later. So I'm just trying to survive here, which doesn't really work because she's all over the place. I cannot even develop my knight because he's going to chop it off, and he's obviously keen on uh, trading pieces, which I am not. So I'm just trying to get my bishop out to an active square, attacking the queen. He's defending, so I can't go there anymore unless I want to trade, which I don't. But it gave me the possibility to get my knight out. And I felt like, well, pin the knight, uh, gave me a pawn. He's attacking the bishop, and I thought, well, let's if I get captured, I recapture and then bring the bishop out for checkmate threat. But he obviously didn't want to have it. Gave me a check, gave me another check, winning a pawn, and trying for a checkmate. So I had no other way than defending, which was like a trade, which he was happy with, obviously. So this is just survival. He obviously, I had to move my rook away because otherwise it would have been a smothered mate here. So aiming at this pawn, trying to get some counterplay, check, getting out of the way. He's aiming at my bishop again. So the way he was playing, he was like really solid, and he had threats all over the place. That made me question whether he was cheating or not. If it was a cheater, I will let you know in the next video if I do get my points. But because now he's obviously attacking me again, so I have to try to get some counterplay. And now he's getting on the 7th rank. I thought like just try to tease it away. And I had to defend this pawn now. So he's continuously threatening stuff. And on this level, I don't really see this. This is more like higher level stuff. Finding threats all over the place. Giving me a check, having to step out again. Winning another pawn. I mean, this in my level doesn't really happen. Not that much anyway. So I thought like, well, I'm gonna have to do something. Try to hope for a mistake and get some counterplay. But I was just hoping to get rid of a pawn and see what happens. I don't know. I was just hanging on, trying to hang on, which didn't work. Giving another check. I didn't see any other way than to recapture because I thought like if I step out, I was just worried for a checkmate. I knew this was changing pieces again, which I didn't really want to. And I'm just trying to survive. I thought maybe I can get the queen, but this was, in hindsight, not so good. I shouldn't have done this. I considered you can check me here, and then I can walk out, but eventually I get into a fork. So maybe what I should have done, no, I only had one option, so I stepped into a pin and lost my rook. And I thought like rather than grabbing the bishop, the still getting mixed up, rather than going for the knight, see if you can get a queen. But obviously this is really doesn't. Oh, he could have just checkmated me. Oh yeah, he could have just checkmated me. That was dumb. Even if I would have taken the knight, this was just checkmate. Anyway, It was so that's okay. So it might have not been a cheater because otherwise I would have seen that. This is and I just resigned because this was I couldn't get out of this anymore. It was too much. There's not a lot of stalemates at this level. So this was my first game. This is my second game. And it's very, very slow. Very, very slow. Anyway, here we go. This was a pretty nice game, but depending on the mistakes of the opponent, played with a 79% accuracy, my opponent with 46. It's a quick game. Playing with the d4 again, and he's just doing some pawn moves, which is a waste of time. 4 pawn moves, capturing, recapturing, just stepping out of the way, no worries. And this is a mistake. And the evaluation bar goes to 3.2 from 0.7. And if you're wondering why, pause the video and go check it out. So if you've had a thought about it, you can give a check. He has to move with his king because there's nothing that can block it. And I wasn't quite sure how to get a follow-up, so I started checking in, and obviously now I had to get out of the way because I'm attacked by the bishop. So I did a check again. He got out of the way, brought my knight out. Thought like, okay, well, if I can't get into a checkmate, go grab this pawn. He defended it, which is a mistake because now it gives me even more play. Because now I give a check. Okay, yeah, fair enough. If I would have played this, he'd capture my knight, and then I can get a fork on the queen, winning a queen. But he stepped out the wrong way, and this is now a mate in 1. I didn't even know it, but I thought like, well, let's see if I can get like a checkmate. So, and this is a checkmate. Quick game, good win, got some points back again for the last game. And let's move into the next game. I'm not quite sure how I can go from one game straight away to another game, so you'll see things in between, other websites and stuff, which is not good, but anyway, as I said, I'm just still trying to figure out how this all works with streaming and stuff. This was a rough game, I can tell you that from the start. I was sweating big time. It's a nasty game, bad played, playing badly, but got back into the game, and eventually my opponent, I think, gave up because he couldn't convert his attack. Ronnie the Bear. So I played with an 74% accuracy, my opponent 76, so he played better, but he, I'm not sure if he resigned, I'm not quite sure. He didn't have much time anymore, 2 minutes, and it was just, 2 minutes just ran out. So here we go, back to the slow tempo. This is the Evans Gambit, and I did play against a player yesterday over the board with my queen being here, and I accepted the gambit and lost the queen. But I thought like, well, I don't have my queen there. So we'll see what happens. Took the pawn. He chased me away. I just get back into the game. And I captured the knight, which was a mistake apparently. Yeah. I had to step out of the way. And he castled. I thought like if I bring out my knight now, he's gonna straight away chase me back into the corner. So I thought like if I get it here, it wouldn't have made a difference because obviously it if he moves the pawn here, I capture and recapture, still have to move my knight, but he's threatening checkmate. So yeah, okay, so I should have gone here because I was up a pawn. Yeah, I should have gone here, trade queens, get the party started, and get loaded up. So I know that for next time. And this is like something which is an inaccuracy, but it was something I didn't give too much attention. But I saw it now that I was in trouble. I couldn't get this, and I couldn't get my knight out, I think. Did I do it? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I shouldn't have brought my bishop out. That's the main reason. Or bring it out maybe here. Or even straight away again try to trade the queen off because now he's attacking my bishop. I have to get out of the way. And he gets a pawn and a rook. And later another rook. So I thought like a castle. He gets the rook. I step out of the way for whatever reason. And now he pins my queen to the rook. So I've lost 2 rooks for a bishop. And I was like, okay, this is a lost game. But never resign. Because I did get back into the game. Got some counterplay. I thought I had a trick up my sleeve. I thought like I can maybe sacrifice the bishop, get a check going, and see maybe get a perpetual or something. But if I am leaving with my queen, I need to have my king on a place on a square where it can flee from the checks from his queen. We're just trading some stuff. I was quite happy with his movement of his queen because he was attacking my knight, which gave me no way of moving my queen. Other than no, I couldn't move my queen because otherwise I would have lost my my knight. So I was happy with this, so I can move my queen again. Then he's obviously trying to win a bishop because this one is pinned. But I thought, let's give him a bigger threat because if he takes the knight, the bishop, it's not a checkmate, but this is. So he had to get out of it. And now I had to get out of the way with my bishop. And that was quick again. And now he grabbed the pawn because this pawn is pinned. And I'm getting out of the way. So now I am I'm getting a bit counterplay again because I'm eyeing the rook and I'm eyeing the bishop. And he is 14 minutes now and I have 6 minutes. Gives me a check. So I'm thinking like I can just grab your bishop. So I couldn't see any counterplay. He couldn't get into. Yeah, obviously he can get me a check, win this pawn. But I thought like, well, a pawn for a bishop is good deal. So there we go. Got myself a bishop. He wins a pawn. I could obviously grab it, but then will be. I needed this bishop for defensive stuff also. So I move my king down. This gave me permission to block it. And now I have a nice solid, they have a name for this. That everything is protected. You have like a little place where you can hide. Because this pawn is defending my bishop, this bishop is defending my pawn. So he's checked, so I'm hiding in my little corner. He's trying to get a discovered attack, which doesn't really go anywhere, but I thought I'd get out of it. He's trying to get a new queen. I grabbed his rook, and then I stepped in front of the pawn. Not sure what this does, but I'm just grabbing a pawn. And I think he lost it. I mean, look at it. This is like his time went down. I think he was. I think he wasn't quite sure anymore what to do because he was. If you're so much ahead, and the win is just slipping out of your hands, you get tilted. So I'm just winning back material. He's checking me. I can just grab his knight. I mean, the queen cannot grab this or this because everything is well protected. And it gives me a check. I don't care. This pawn is protected. Give a check. Don't care. Gives another check. Don't care. And he had 3 minutes, and he just let the time run out. Don't know. Maybe he had to go somewhere. Maybe he just couldn't find a way to convert this into a win because he couldn't do anything. I mean, this square is covered twice. He cannot check me here because it's covered. This pawn cannot check me. If he moves a pawn, it's just a check, and then either a perpetual, or I can bring in my my knight and finish the game. He couldn't push this pawn because then obviously I'll just grab it with my knight. He couldn't move with his king because then I give a check and grab his rook. He can't move here because I don't know. I'll give him a check and see what happens. And my whole plan was to get the knight out here. Get the knight out here. Get the knight out here. And bring the queen over here, still protecting this pawn, and then going for a checkmate. And if he would move, he could move here because he's still check. And if he moved here, I would win a rook. So I think he kind of was stuck, and he let the time run out. So it's a rough game. Got back into the game, which I'm very proud of. And so 2 wins and 1 loss today, which I'm quite happy about. If you like this video, consider subscribing and liking this video also. I'm starting this YouTube channel, and I could use some likes and some subscribes to get more visibility for people who want to watch my games. So thank you. I'm playing some more games tomorrow and load them up. So see you next time. Bye bye.